Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. This is another preview, yes, Rennes versus Chelsea, an away Champions League group stage fixture where it's looking good, we're top of the group, level on points with Sevilla, both sitting on 7. It would be very helpful, Krasnodar, if you can somehow beat Sevilla for us, we would very much appreciate it. That way, if we beat Rennes, we go 3 points clear, 2 games to go, one of them against Sevilla, we get a bit of breathing space to top the group. Now, we'll see what happens tomorrow and into the rest of the week, and we'll see where we end up, you know, if we remain at the top of the group, or fingers crossed we don't somehow bottle it and we slip to second and Sevilla overtake us. It would be very nice to top this group because realistically we should be. Now, before I get into today's nitty-gritty, I'm going to ask you guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded, and smash the like button for me, as it helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate it, so thank you all very much. Now, I'm going to talk about Rennes versus Chelsea and how we're going to line up and all that, you know, malarkey. But I swear, before we get into this, Frank Lampard, I am fuming, mate. Lamps, how many times do I need to come on here and say, mate, Frank, listen, this is how you pronounce the name. Ziyech, not Ziyech. I was watching the press conference and I heard him say Ziyech and I thought, that's it. I'm flipping. I was close to throwing this at the screen. You know, I probably would have done a row to shore, done a Harry, and just pick up my chair and throw it at something. But I am going to show you, yeah, Lamps, look, I am going to show you in person, right, how to say this guy's name. Now, this is coming from Morocco's performance against Central African Republic last week. Listen to the commentary, Lamps. Listen to the commentary.
على روعة اللمسة منك يا زياش والمتابعة بعد ذلك من فأعتقد أن زياش هو من سدد مباشرة. زياش هو من سجل كما ترى يا زياش باليسرى الساحرة. زياش حتى في الزاوية البعيدة باغتة الدفاع.
It's clear as day, yeah, it's Ziyech. Lamps, what are you doing? Anyway, I had to just drop that. I really had to. I apologize. But let's get into the nitty-gritty, yeah, let's get into today's preview. So, team news, which is looking good. Kai Havertz and Thiago Silva have both travelled, so they will both be available for selection against Rennes tomorrow, which will be very, very good considering they both missed the last game in the Premier League, so that's nice. Pulisic hasn't travelled. However, Frank Lampard did give the update and say that he's working well, he stayed back to focus on recovery, but the timeline, the time frame in order to try and get him back right now, the weekend against Spurs, is a possibility. So that's good. He could be available for Spurs. We could have a fully fit Chelsea team against Tottenham. That would be perfect. Now, obviously with Spurs, they got to play Europa League on Thursday. We shouldn't be too fussed about them. However, we do have the advantage in that respect. Unless if Jose rotates heavily for that Europa League game, then he will have players available that wouldn't have played throughout the week. So we kind of end up on a level playing field. However, right now it's looking good for us. In relation to this game and, you know, how much does it matter? We really should be winning this. We do need to win in order to cement our place at the top. Obviously, regardless of what Sevilla do, if we win, we remain first. It's key to acknowledge that rotation is something that we would normally focus on. However, if these players can play tomorrow, right? Bearing in mind they played on the weekend. If they can play tomorrow at the same tempo and at the same level of fitness, they have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we play Spurs. That's a lot of time for recovery. It's a lot of time. So rotation shouldn't be much of an issue. It shouldn't be a thing where we are heavily rotated, change everything to try and manage fitness. The players should be fit. Even if they played last game, even if they play against Rennes, even if they play against Spurs, that should be manageable. So this team that I've come out with, who I believe, and I'll explain a couple of the selections, but I believe this would be best. It would be best and manageable as well. So I would stick with the traditional 4-3-3, which is how we're lined up nowadays. And Edouard Mendy goes in goal because Edouard Mendy is our number one goalkeeper now. That's just the reality of the situation. And he's playing against his old club. He's going back home. All right, we got to be honest. Yeah, Chelsea is his home now. But deep down for him, home is Rennes. You know, it's like... it's like when Didier Drogba left to flipping Galatasaray or whatever. You know, Galatasaray was his new home, but deep down, Chelsea's home. You know what I mean? So Mendy's going back to Rennes for the first time since he left, and he can give us a couple of pointers on how to run things over there. You know, you never know. Now, the back four, I think, should remain unchanged except for one. So right back, Reece James. Because, again, I think the fitness should be manageable. I think he's young enough and strong enough and physical enough to just pursue, despite playing on the weekend, which he done very well. So, Reece James, right back. Left back, Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell, without question. Again, this is a question mark if he's fit enough. He did come off with 10 minutes to go in the last game, so that's good. Little bit of a leeway there for Ben Chilwell, but he should be fit enough. He travelled, he's there, so I'm assuming he'll be ready to play. And then after this, he can rest for 5 days and be ready for Spurs. The centre backs for me, Kurt Zouma, who's been doing really well recently, very very well. So fair play to Kurt Zouma. And alongside, you have to bring Thiago Silva back in. You have to. He missed the Newcastle game. He missed that Newcastle game. So it's only right that, you know, because he's had that extra rest, play him. And then with 5 days to go, he'll be fit for Spurs as well. Now, Rennes isn't a long trip. From London to Rennes, it's like London to Paris. It's a very short trip. It's nothing, you know, that's going to take its toll. So, there shouldn't be any, you know, fatigue from travel, worries at all. So, Silva in the back line alongside Kurt Zouma. N'Golo Kante, because it's Kante, and he wins everything, and he does everything, and he's everywhere, so it's great. N'Golo Kante as our lone DM. Now, this is the little question mark, because Havertz is fit, but I wouldn't start him. Frank Lampard did mention that he will be coming on to get minutes, not coming on, but he will be available for some minutes. He didn't say if he's starting and he'll be taken off, or if he'll come on and finish the game. For me, what I would do, bring him on and finish the game. I wouldn't start him just yet. I think we've got a nice chemistry going from the last game. Bring that forward. Use the momentum. Mason Mount and Kovacic done very well together. Very, very well. So for me, they start. But going into the second half an hour to go and whatnot. Second half, hopefully, we've got things wrapped up. Fingers crossed. But even then, we can take off either Kovacic or Mason Mount and bring on Kai Havertz and let him play for half an hour. It gives him some minutes. It gives him some momentum to run with. That way he finishes the game and starts looking forward to Spurs, where he will be starting that game. No question. So, for me, Mount, Kovacic should be the two. And the front three, I think, should remain unchanged. It should remain unchanged. Now, a few of you are going to say, Younes, play Giroud, you know, in France. Giroud. I wouldn't mind. If Giroud is starting tomorrow, I've got no problems. No problems whatsoever. Cool. I'm just thinking for momentum. I'm just thinking, why change something that's not broken? You know? Why try and fix something that's not broken? The partnership, or not the partnership, but the link-up that we saw between Timo Werner and Tammy Abraham, alongside with Hakim Ziyech on the right-hand side, it worked. It worked. And it worked the game before that. You know? So why not just keep using it? It works. That's the only thing. However, if Lampard sees rotation to be a thing, or to give some game time to Olivier Giroud, because even when Giroud came on, he looked great. So I've got no problem. If it's Tammy up top or Giroud up top, not a problem at all. But for me, on the left-hand side, Timo Werner starts. He's been really, really good. And even though the Newcastle game wasn't his best day at the office, but he still got that assist. He really should have scored a couple of goals in that game. But, you know, he'll be the first one to tell you that. He'll be the first one to acknowledge that that wasn't his best day. And against Rennes, hopefully he'll get on the score sheet. Some of you are probably going to say he needs a bit of a rest. I put a big question mark here, yeah? If he's fit and he's at 100%, he plays. Cool. If not, fine. Rest him. Play Hudson-Odoi and we'll save Timo Werner for Spurs. That's not a problem with me. But I think he'll be fit and I think he'll be available. So 100% Timo Werner on the left-hand side. Hakim Ziyech doing Hakim Ziyech things because it's Hakim Ziyech. he is turning into our star. Yeah, if there's one star player in the absence of Pulisic, and I know Werner's been doing good and Havertz hopefully is going to mould and whatnot, but if there's one player that you just look at and go, star man, it's Ziyech. The way he's been is just absolutely magnificent. So hopefully he plays really, really well tomorrow against Rennes on that right-hand side. And up front, as I've said, Tammy Abraham, just for consistency, just to keep riding the momentum. And if something goes wrong, well, we bring on Giroud. Or if Giroud starts and Lampard sees that's the best way to go, cool with me, no problem at all. So that is how I would play tomorrow. That would be my 11. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, if I go into a prediction, and you know how we do predictions on this channel, yeah? Even if Edouard Mendy's back at home and he's going to be playing against his old club in his old ground and whatnot, here's my prediction. I'm going Rennes 1, Chelsea 3. So you know what I'm trying to say in terms of score prediction. I'm not going to speak any further. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in trouble. So yeah, let's move on. I will see you guys tomorrow for the match review after it's all said and done. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Your score predictions, your lineups. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. And smash the like button for me as it helps me out a lot. So thank you all so much. And I will see all of you tomorrow after it's all said and done. Hopefully Krasnodar do us a favour and we end up top of the group 3 points clear. Fingers crossed. That's the best scenario. Anyway, top of the group. Let's keep it. I'll see you tomorrow after it's all said and done. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.